context, just for
presentation.
context,
Okay.
this is because my mom wanted me to show you this, okay? This is not... This is just
Okay. Okay.
So, I have to do a presentation for chemistry explaining like, pressure and temperature and all that stuff, and just kind of, it's pretty basic. But,
Don't slur your words. Okay, go.
So I decided to use my four-wheeler and the carburetor to explain, like, you know, how pressure works and all that. So what I did is I went out there, I explained to them where the carb was, what the carb is, you know, main jet, idle jet, or not idle jet, the main jet and the pilot jet, and how those work, and how the choke works, and how it cuts off the air, allowing more fuel to go into the engine compared to, you know, fuel-air mixture, so there's more fuel, so it starts easier, and then you turn off the choke, explain that, and then after that I went over and explained to them how the intake actually sucks in air, and people think maybe just, you know, it just flows through it, which is not true, and it sucks in air into the carburetor, and when I give it gas, the needle, throttle needle, you know, pulls up and allows fuel and air to mix, and when I do that, it goes into the engine and it combusts. And I explained how when it combusts, there's the strokes, there's the exhaust stroke and the compression stroke, which is mostly 2 strokes, but I don't want to explain the other 2. So, you know, I explained that, and I explained how when it compresses to top dead center, that when it hits top dead center, the exhaust valve opens from the exhaust, or the valve spring, which allows the exhaust valve to open, and then from there all those fumes go out from the exhaust valve, and they go in through, well actually it splits. Some of it goes back to the intake to help pressurize more air back into the engine, but the rest goes through the exhaust obviously, and out it goes, but then that's the loop of you know, the engine loop, and then it goes back to the intake and pushes more air, and that's like half of it. And then the other half is the whole temperature aspect. So like if I'm riding here in Arizona, my carburetor's tuned differently than than Will's four-wheeler carburetor, or go-kart carburetor, because you know you guys live at higher elevation, the air is cooler there, the air is different. So here, the air moves fast and it's very separated, the molecules are separated. So if I'm running my engine here, and I'm going to go ride here, then it will run much better the way it's tuned right now. But if I go up to Flagstaff right now, where it's cooler, and I go ride there, I'm going to have to tune my carburetor, or else it will bog and will not run properly, and probably won't run at all, if it's that bad. And then I explained how like the elevation works, how, you know, higher elevation, the cooler it is, the cooler the air, the more condensed it is, which means when it goes into the engine, condensed cold air mixed with fuel is much harder to push through into the engine. It's harder for the engine to compress and combust and actually have that explosion happen. But if it's warm air, or it's moving fast, and it's very separate, and when it goes into the engine, the fuel has no struggle mixing in with it and going straight in the engine, causing it to combust easier, which means it will run better, which probably means it won't stutter and bog like it would in Flagstaff. And that's about it.
Is that how you're going to end your presentation? That's about it?
Well,
And that's about it.
Uncle Wally.
All right.
I can stop recording.
Uncle Wally.
Stop recording.